Hello everybody. So in this video we're going to talk about energies as an emotion and how can it benefit us. So you see, emotions such as anger, they're energy, and energy becomes anger when you label it, when you give it a meaning, when you okay, so it's an energy and you say, oh, it's an anger. You label it, and when you label it, you give it a meaning, and when you give it a meaning, it's going to find its purpose. And what is the purpose of an anger? To destroy oneself first and destroy everyone around you, no matter who they are, right? So now, how can we do it? What can we do with it? How can I destroy my anger? How can I be happy? You see, the first thing we have to understand is we have to understand that every emotion you feel, or everything you feel, see, observe, is a form of energy. And you become angry, sad, happy, everything you feel is form of one energy. It's like water, one source. And when that water forms in a cup, it becomes a cup of water. And when that water is put into bottle, it becomes the bottle of water. So bottle of water is the whole thing, is anger, and cup of water, for example, is happiness. But the thing inside of it is energy. The water is common in all. So when you know this knowledge, when you have this knowledge, you can do whatever you want with it. For example, the energy. I am angry. Now what do I do with the anger? Since anger can be related with most of the people, that's why I'm talking about anger. I won't tell you how to control or suppress your anger. I'll just tell you the things I know. Now, firstly, the practice which I'll teach you is to be aware that you're angry. Most of us, we are not even aware that we are angry. Only when after the damages are done, then we realize, okay, I was angry. I shouldn't have said her this. I shouldn't have said him this. Now what do I do? And it's too late for that, right? Now what do we do? The first step is to be aware of your anger or every emotions and emotions which you're feeling. First of all, to recognize them as an energy. Now, anger energy. When I'm angry, let's observe, let us know as I'll give you a visual example. So this is me going in the normal state, and something triggers me, and now I'm angry. What happens? I peek out, right? And at the peak, when you're angry, you have to be aware of yourself so much that you have to ask yourself the question, I'm this, and when I'm at the peak, the level of the curve, highest peak, when I'm angry, I'm gonna ask myself, why are you angry? Why are you angry? What is making you angry? Why are you angry? You ask it. It's a practice. It's not going to happen in a day. It depends on the dedication you put onto it, how disciplined you are, and how well you know yourself. Right? You have to know yourself. That's why I tell you authenticity. Not authentication. It's authenticity. You have to know yourself so well that you are not easily provocated by people. And like I've said, you have to unlearn everything taught by the society. Let's not go into this. Let's go into the anger only. Now, when I'm angry, I become aware about it. And when you practice it gradually, you are most likely to know it. Okay, I'm angry. And you have more chance to do with that energy. Now, what am I going to do? Now, you have certain steps. Are you going to suppress it? Are you going to release it? Release your anger? Or you're gonna transmute it? What are you gonna do? The choice is yours. And most people, what they do is they see a situation. I'm in my office, my boss calls at me, I get angry. I'm not gonna go and scold at my boss. I'm not that crazy guy who wants to who's gonna be jobless. No, absolutely not. So now, since I cannot scold my boss, I go to my home, I shout at my wife, husband, my girlfriend, or whoever who cannot do absolutely nothing for me. Even though I get mad at them, they'll just love me. You're using them, right? In a way, you're using them as your emotional punching anger back, if you can understand it. Now, what do you do with it? That I do not recommend. Do not suppress it. No, just don't do it. Because when you suppress anger, it's gonna come out in the worst way. And it's gonna kill yourself first, and it's gonna kill everybody around you. Like a bomb, boom. It destroys yourself and everything around you, right? Don't suppress it. And the second thing to do is transmute your anger. So being aware about anger does the thing. It just makes you aware that you're angry. Because most of us, they are not even about their anger, and later on, like I said, after the casualties have been done, only then they realize, oh, I was angry, I yell at my girl, I do this, I do that. No, the first step was just to be aware. And the second thing is to transmute it. I've said it so many times. I've taught you how to transmute your energy too. Energy as any form, whether it be anger, sexual energy, whatever, pull it up. If it's a sexual energy, pull it up, transmute it, use it for creativity. Make love to life itself with that energy which you have it, right? So, and the second thing you do, and the the third thing which you do is, now when you know the third thing, the first steps are, they really don't matter, because now you understand it, right? It's like learning ABCs. When you first learn ABCs, what you learn is A is for apple only, and then when you gradually learn, you learn that A is not only for apples. It can be airplanes, it can be aeronautics, whatever, right? But it's A, right? So the first step, let's keep it aside. Now this is the most important step. After you have become aware about your anger, and after you've transmuted your anger, whatever, the third step, what you do is, you don't label it. You don't label your anger. I know it sounds stupid, but when you label an energy, it gets its meaning, like I've said, and it takes its form, and then it acts on it. Okay, now I am anger. Now this anger, which the self has called as anger, now has a purpose, and its purpose is to kill itself and everybody around, so that it can feel good itself. Are you seeing the paradox? Are you seeing the loop out here? Now, when you don't give it a meaning, when you don't give it a labeling as an anger, then it's gone. You don't even need to transmute it. You just have to be aware of it. Be aware of it. Don't give it a label, don't give it a meaning. Don't label it as anger, then poof. Like I've said, it's easier said than done. It's not gonna happen in a 1 day, 2 day. You have to be very aware about it. You have to meditate on this. You have to dwell on this. You have to completely pour down your energy into this. You have to be true to yourself. You have to be authentic. Then only it's gonna work. It's not a hard thing. It's just an everyday practice. Everyday practice. Be aware, not only about anger, but about other energies too. If you're feeling sad, don't act upon it immediately. Be aware of it. I'm being sad, yeah. Why am I being sad? Just act on it. Because you see, when those emotions starts to take form, like anger starts to take form, it controls you. Rather than you controlling it, it controls you. And everything is destroyed, and you are destroyed. It kills you slowly. It's a slow poison. You've created the slow poisons, and even though you had the antidote, you did not give a damn about it, and it's killing you, and you're slowly dying from the poison you've created yourself, your mind. So that is what I wanted to say. So the next time you're angry, be aware about it. Take a deep breath. When it's at the peak, why am I angry? And when you're at this higher, when your practices go when you're really disciplined, then emotion comes, you don't even give it a meaning, you just don't care about it. No, it's not ignoring, you just don't give it a labeling, and that energy will not take form, right? And when that energy will not take form, it cannot go anywhere, so it acts as energy, and you can use that energy at another thing, for creativity. That same energy which was used so much into your anger, which took your energy, that same energy you could have used it to do the things you love, to art something maybe, right? To sing, but you've used it on anger. Are you seeing the play? Are you seeing the game? If you understand this, then congratulations, but act upon it rather than just me being verbal, telling you things for 10 minutes. Be aware about it, keep it in your practice, and trust me, this thing is gonna, when you're aware about your emotions, when you know them that they're all energy and you stop labeling them, oh my god, you reach at this highest energy. Your energy is boosted, increased. You have this high energy, right? So I guess that's all for today, and thank you for watching. I hope you have a good life and choose peace of mind over happiness. Thank you.